It's safe to say that McDonald's fries are not just a side dish, they're a cultural icon. From kids to adults, people across the globe love these golden, crispy fries. But have you ever wondered how they are actually made? Today, we'll take you on a detailed journey through the entire process, starting from the fields where the potatoes are grown all the way to the fry that ends up in your hands at the drive-thru window. The amount of effort, technology, and precision that goes into making these fries is truly remarkable. And today, you'll get to see how it all comes together. If you're fascinated by how your favorite foods are made, make sure to like this video, drop a comment, and subscribe for more behind-the-scenes food journeys. To understand how McDonald's French fries are made, we must first look at the humble potato, the core ingredient. McDonald's uses millions of pounds of potatoes every year, and not just any potato will do. The process begins on the farms, where only the best potatoes are grown specifically for McDonald's. McDonald's uses a few different varieties of potatoes, but the most common is the russet Burbank. Why this particular variety? It's all about the texture. Russet Burbank potatoes have a high starch content and low moisture, which are crucial factors for producing crispy fries that still maintain a fluffy interior. This variety is also long and large, which helps in creating those long fries that McDonald's is known for. Russet Burbanks are prized for their ability to hold their shape and absorb just the right amount of oil during the frying process. McDonald's primarily sources its potatoes from the Pacific Northwest region of the United States, particularly in states like Idaho, Washington, and Oregon. This region is known for its volcanic soil, which is rich in nutrients and provides ideal growing conditions for potatoes. The climate is also crucial. Cool temperatures and consistent rainfall help the potatoes grow to their ideal size and quality. In Idaho alone, thousands of farmers grow potatoes for McDonald's. The state produces over a third of the potatoes grown in the U.S., making it a powerhouse for potato farming. The soil, the climate, and the careful management by expert farmers create the perfect environment for growing the high-quality potatoes needed for McDonald's fries. The process of growing potatoes for McDonald's starts in early spring when farmers plant seed potatoes. These aren't just any seeds. They are actually small potato chunks that contain eyes or buds, which will sprout into a new plant. The fields are prepared with care, using techniques to ensure the soil has the right balance of nutrients like nitrogen, potassium, and phosphorus. Farmers also make use of crop rotation, a sustainable practice that keeps the soil fertile by planting different crops in alternating years. The potatoes grow underground while their plants flourish above. During the growing season, farmers use state-of-the-art irrigation systems to ensure the plants get just the right amount of water. Too much or too little water can affect the size, shape, and quality of the potato, so it's critical that farmers monitor conditions carefully. In some areas, McDonald's has encouraged farmers to adopt drip irrigation, which is a water-efficient method that delivers water directly to the plant's roots, minimizing water waste and promoting sustainability. Pest control and sustainable practices. During the growing season, farmers also have to deal with pests and diseases that could potentially harm the potato crop. McDonald's works with its farmers to implement sustainable pest control methods. Some farms use integrated pest management, IPM systems, which reduce the need for chemical pesticides by focusing on biological controls like beneficial insects that eat pests. In recent years, McDonald's has pushed for more sustainable farming practices, encouraging their potato suppliers to reduce their environmental impact. Harvesting typically begins in late summer or early fall. Farmers use massive, specialized machines known as potato harvesters. These machines carefully dig into the soil, scoop up the potatoes, and gently deposit them onto conveyor belts. The potatoes are then collected into large storage bins, ensuring that they're handled as delicately as possible to avoid bruising or damage. Once harvested, the potatoes are stored in temperature-controlled warehouses. The temperature and humidity levels are carefully regulated to prevent the potatoes from sprouting or spoiling while they await transport to McDonald's processing plants. After the potatoes are harvested, they must be transported to McDonald's food processing plants, where the next phase of the French fry-making process begins. McDonald's potatoes are transported in massive trucks that are designed to keep them in ideal conditions. Transporting fresh produce like potatoes requires careful handling, as they can easily spoil or bruise during transit. Each truck is temperature regulated to ensure that the potatoes arrive at the processing plant in the best possible condition. Here, upon arriving at the processing plant, the potatoes go through an initial round of quality control. McDonald's has incredibly high standards for the potatoes they use in their fries. The first thing that happens is a visual inspection. Any potatoes that are too small, too large, or damaged are removed from the batch. Advanced technology, like optical sorting machines, uses cameras and sensors to inspect the potatoes, ensuring that only the best ones make it to the next step. If the potatoes don't meet the strict quality standards, they are sent for other uses, such as animal feed or other food products, ensuring minimal waste. Once the potatoes pass quality control, they enter the food processing plant, where they'll be transformed from raw potatoes into French fries. The first step in the plant is to peel the potatoes. This is done in large-scale peeling machines that use steam and abrasion to remove the skin. The process is efficient, peeling thousands of pounds of potatoes per hour. The potatoes are tumbled in large drums with abrasive surfaces, which remove the outer skin layer while preserving as much of the potato as possible. After peeling, the potatoes move on to the cutting machines. This is where the potatoes are sliced into their familiar fry shape. But these aren't just ordinary cutting machines. They use water jet technology, which slices the potatoes at high speed using jets of water, pressurized to several thousand pounds per square inch. This method ensures that every fry is cut with precision, resulting in uniform size and shape. The consistency and size is important because it ensures the fries cook evenly, achieving the crispy on the outside, soft on the inside texture that McDonald's is known for. The fries are typically cut into 3/8-inch strips, but McDonald's also produces thinner or thicker fries depending on the market and customer preferences. Once cut, the fries go through a process called blanching. Blanching involves briefly boiling the fries in water to remove some of the natural sugars and starches from the potatoes. This step is crucial because it helps ensure that the fries have a consistent texture and color once they're fried. If this step is skipped, the fries might turn brown too quickly during cooking, and the texture could become inconsistent. Blanching also helps to pre-cook the fries, making the final frying process at the restaurant quicker and more efficient. After blanching, the fries are quickly cooled down and sent to the next stage, the first frying. In this step, the fries are partially fried in a blend of vegetable oils. The oil is heated to a high temperature, and the fries are cooked for a short period, just enough to form a crispy outer layer, but not long enough to cook them all the way through. McDonald's uses a specially formulated oil blend that typically includes canola oil, soybean oil, and hydrogenated oil. The oil blend helps give the fries their iconic crispy texture, while also ensuring they remain soft and fluffy on the inside. Once the fries are partially fried, they are flash frozen. Flash freezing is a process that involves rapidly cooling the fries to very low temperatures, which locks in their flavor and texture. This step is important because it ensures that the fries maintain their quality while being transported to McDonald's restaurants around the world. By freezing them quickly, McDonald's can preserve the fries' natural moisture and prevent ice crystals from forming, which could affect the texture. After the fries are frozen, they're packaged in large bags and prepared for distribution. The packaging process is highly automated, with machines sealing the bags and preparing them for shipping. The frozen fries are then stored in cold storage facilities, where they're kept at temperatures well below freezing to ensure they remain in perfect condition until they reach McDonald's restaurants. One of the reasons McDonald's fries are so beloved is because of their distinct flavor. A key component of that flavor comes from the oil and seasoning used in the final frying process. Over the years, McDonald's has worked to improve the nutritional profile of its fries by reducing trans fats in its oil. Today, the company uses a blend of vegetable oils that provide a crispy texture while being healthier than older oil blends. The oil used at McDonald's is free from artificial trans fats, which have been linked to heart disease. Instead, they use a combination of oils like canola and soybean, which are better for health while still maintaining that signature taste and texture. Many people are surprised to learn that McDonald's fries are seasoned with more than just salt. Before they're frozen, the fries are treated with a very light coating of dextrose, a type of sugar. This sugar coating helps give the fries their golden brown color when they're fried at the restaurant. Additionally, McDonald's uses a natural beef flavoring in some locations to enhance the flavor of the fries, but this varies depending on the market and regional preferences. Once the fries are flash frozen and packaged, they're ready to be sent to McDonald's restaurants. The frozen fries are transported in the temperature-controlled trucks, which ensure that the fries remain frozen during transit. McDonald's uses a highly efficient distribution network to get its fries to restaurants as quickly and as safely as possible. The fries are stored in the restaurant's freezer, where they remain until they're ready to be cooked. The last stage of the process happens at McDonald's restaurants across the country. Once the frozen fries arrive at the restaurant, they're stored in freezers until needed. When an order is placed, the fries are taken out of the freezer and fried fresh. The frozen fries are placed in commercial fryers that are set to a precise temperature of 350 degrees Fahrenheit. The fries are cooked for about 3 to 4 minutes, which is just enough time for them to achieve the perfect golden color and crispy texture. The fryers are equipped with timers and automated basket lifts, ensuring that the fries are cooked evenly and consistently every time. As soon as the fries come out of the fryer, they're lightly salted. McDonald's uses just the right amount of salt to enhance the flavor of the fries without overpowering them. The fries are then placed into the iconic red and yellow fry cartons and served hot to customers. While McDonald's fries are undoubtedly delicious, they are still a fast food item and should be enjoyed in moderation. A medium serving of McDonald's fries contains about 320 calories, 15 grams of fat, and 260 milligrams of sodium. The fries also contain small amounts of iron and potassium. For customers looking to make healthier choices, McDonald's offers nutrition information on their website and in restaurants, allowing customers to make informed decisions about their meals. McDonald's is constantly looking for ways to innovate and improve its fry production process, both in terms of taste and sustainability. Sustainability initiatives. In recent years, McDonald's has made significant strides in its sustainability efforts. The company has committed to sourcing its potatoes from farms that follow sustainable farming practices. This includes using water-efficient irrigation systems, reducing pesticide use, and promoting biodiversity on potato farms. McDonald's also works with suppliers to reduce the environmental impact of the packaging and transportation of its fries. McDonald's has also embraced new technologies to improve the efficiency and consistency of its fry production. In some processing plants, AI-powered machines are used to inspect potatoes for quality, ensuring that only the best potatoes are used. Additionally, McDonald's is exploring new ways to reduce the environmental impact of its frying oil by recycling used oil for biodiesel production. And there you have it, the fascinating, detailed process of how McDonald's French fries are made. From the potato fields to your plate, the amount of technology, precision, and care that goes into producing these fries is impressive, and it's clear why McDonald's fries have remained a customer favorite for decades. If you found this journey behind the scenes interesting, don't forget to hit that like button, drop a comment below about your favorite fast food, and subscribe to our channel for more deep dives into how your favorite foods are made. See you in the next video. Sausages have been a beloved staple in American kitchens for decades, from weekend brunches to backyard grill-outs. But have you ever wondered how they transform from raw cuts of meat to the delicious sausages we all know and love? Let's take a deep dive into the fascinating process of how sausages are made in those mega factories across the US. It's more complex and high-tech than you might think, involving everything from selecting the right cuts of meat to grinding, stuffing, cooking, and finally packaging. So, grab a seat and let's explore how your favorite sausages make it to your dinner plate. The journey of every sausage starts with one of the most crucial steps, selecting the right meat. In the US, sausage-making factories typically source their meat from top-grade suppliers who work under strict USDA regulations to ensure quality and safety. Whether it's pork, beef, chicken, or a blend of these, the meat chosen for sausage production needs to be fresh and free from any imperfections. Once the meat arrives at the factory, it goes through a rigorous inspection process to ensure that it meets all the required standards. Any excess fat, cartilage, or undesirable parts are carefully removed during the trimming phase. Skilled workers and machines collaborate to prepare the meat, ensuring only the best cuts make it through to the next stage. This is where the foundation of every sausage begins, and starting with high-quality meat is essential to achieving the perfect final product. The beauty of sausage making lies in its versatility. Factories can create a variety of sausages depending on the type of meat used. Pork sausages are among the most popular in the US, but you'll also find beef sausages, chicken sausages, and even plant-based options for the health-conscious crowd. After the meat is prepared and trimmed to perfection, the next step is grinding. In a typical American kitchen, you might be familiar with grinding meat using a hand grinder, but in sausage factories, it's a whole different ballgame. Large industrial-sized grinders take over this process, ensuring the meat is broken down to just the right texture. Depending on the type of sausage, the meat can be ground to various consistencies. For sausages like bratwursts, a coarser grind might be used to give it that hearty texture, whereas for smoother sausages, a finer grind might be preferred. These machines operate with incredible precision, allowing the factory to maintain consistency across thousands of sausages every day. During this step, the meat is passed through the grinder's blades multiple times. This process ensures that any remaining fat is evenly distributed, giving the sausage that perfect balance between lean meat and fat content. After all, it's that juicy, succulent bite that makes sausages so irresistible, right? Now that the meat has been ground, it's time to give it that signature flavor we all know and love. This step involves mixing the ground meat with a carefully curated blend of spices and seasonings. Factories have their own secret recipes that often vary by region or even brand. In the southern states, you might find sausages packed with bold, spicy flavors, while in the Midwest, milder options may be more popular. For most sausages, a base of salt and pepper is essential, but this is just the beginning. Factories also mix in spices like garlic, paprika, fennel, sage, and even red pepper flakes, depending on the variety. Whether it's a sweet Italian sausage or a fiery chorizo, the blend of seasonings is key to defining the taste. In large industrial mixers, the meat and spices are combined until everything is thoroughly mixed. These mixers ensure that every bite of sausage has an even flavor profile. Imagine trying to mix this by hand. It'd be impossible on such a large scale. The technology used here ensures that the seasoning is distributed evenly across thousands of sausages at a time. Once the meat has been perfectly seasoned, it's time for one of the most iconic steps in sausage making: stuffing the casings. If you've ever made sausage at home, you know how tedious this step can be. But in a factory, high-tech machinery makes this process look effortless. The casings used in sausage making are usually either natural, often made from animal intestines, or synthetic, depending on the type of sausage. Natural casings are popular in many traditional sausages, as they give that classic snap when you bite into them. However, some brands opt for synthetic casings for consistency and durability, especially when producing sausages at a massive scale. The machines responsible for stuffing operate with incredible precision, pumping the meat mixture into the casings at a consistent rate. It's amazing to see these machines work, stuffing hundreds of sausages in mere minutes. These casings not only hold the shape of the sausage, but also help retain moisture during cooking. Once the sausages are stuffed, it's time to cook or smoke them, depending on the variety. Cooking methods vary from factory to factory, but most sausages will either be pre-cooked for items like breakfast links or smoked for sausages like kielbasa or bratwurst. This is where the flavors of the meat and seasoning really come to life. In factories, large smoking chambers can handle thousands of sausages at once. These chambers are equipped with advanced temperature control systems to ensure every sausage is cooked evenly. Smoking adds a rich, smoky flavor to the sausages, which many Americans love. This is especially true for regions like Texas or the Carolinas, where BBQ and smoked meats are a big part of the local food culture. For pre-cooked sausages, the process might involve boiling or steaming. These sausages are often fully cooked in the factory and simply require reheating by the consumer at home. Whichever method is used, the key here is precision. Each sausage must reach a specific internal temperature to ensure food safety while retaining juiciness. After the sausages have been cooked or smoked, they undergo a rigorous quality control process. Factories producing food in the U.S. must adhere to strict standards set by organizations like the USDA and FDA. This means every sausage is inspected to ensure it meets the necessary criteria for safety, taste, and consistency. Machines are often used to weigh the sausages, ensuring that each one falls within a specific weight range. Additionally, spot checks are done to test the flavor, texture, and overall appearance of the sausage. Some factories even employ sensory experts whose job is to taste test random samples to ensure the product is up to standard. Of course, hygiene and safety protocols are also a huge part of this process. Factories are kept meticulously clean, with workers following strict hygiene rules to prevent contamination. It's this attention to detail that helps maintain the high-quality standards American consumers expect from their favorite sausages. Once the sausages pass quality control, it's time to package them for distribution. In modern factories, this process is almost entirely automated. Machines wrap the sausages in airtight packaging to ensure they stay fresh during transportation and while on store shelves. Most packaging is vacuum sealed, removing any excess air to prevent spoilage. In addition to sealing and freshness, the packaging is designed to be eye-catching and informative. Labels include nutritional information, ingredients, and best buy dates, all of which are carefully printed and attached by machines. Packaging is crucial, especially in the competitive American market, where consumers have a wide variety of sausage brands and types to choose from. The goal is not only to preserve the product, but also to make it stand out on the grocery store shelf. Once the sausages are packaged, they are stored in cold storage facilities until it's time to distribute them to stores. Factories rely on advanced logistics systems to ensure that their products are delivered to retailers across the country quickly and efficiently. Large refrigerated trucks are used to transport the sausages, keeping them at a consistent, safe temperature throughout the journey. Whether these sausages are heading to your local grocery store, a big box retailer, or a restaurant supplier, the focus is on maintaining the quality of the product from the factory to the store. At this point, the sausages have made their way from the factory floor to your local grocery store, ready to be cooked and enjoyed. Whether you're firing up the grill for a summer BBQ, making a hearty breakfast with sausage links, or adding them to a spicy gumbo, sausages are a versatile and delicious addition to any meal. Many Americans have their favorite ways to enjoy sausages. Some prefer them grilled and smothered in mustard at a tailgate, while others might enjoy them as a comforting addition to pasta or stew. No matter how you like them, knowing the intricate process behind how they're made can give you a deeper appreciation for the time, effort, and technology involved in every bite. And there you have it, the complete journey of how sausages are made in a factory, from the careful selection of meats to the final packaging and distribution. It's a process that combines tradition with modern technology, ensuring that you get a consistently delicious product every time.
Hamburgers are one of the most beloved foods in America. But behind every perfect bite, there's an incredible journey that begins long before the patty hits the bun. In this video, we're taking you behind the scenes to show you how your favorite burgers are mass-produced in a factory. From raw beef to a sizzling patty, crispy lettuce, and those fluffy golden buns, you'll see just how amazing food processing machines and technology work together to create America's most popular sandwich. Trust me, it's not just about beef, it's a science of its own. Before we dive in, if you're a fan of seeing how your food is made, go ahead and hit that like button, drop a comment, and of course, subscribe so you never miss a bite of the action. The origins of the hamburger. Before we dive into the nitty-gritty of how hamburgers are made in factories, let's take a step back and look at where it all began. You may be surprised to know that the history of the hamburger stretches back to the late 19th century. Though hamburgers are a quintessential American food, their origins can be traced to German immigrants who brought their culinary traditions to the U.S. The term hamburger comes from the German city of Hamburg, known for its seasoned, minced beef patties. But it wasn't until American ingenuity met the mass production needs of the 20th century that hamburgers became what they are today. Popularized in the early 1900s by fast food pioneers like White Castle and later McDonald's, the hamburger quickly became an American icon. Fast food revolutionized how we think about hamburgers, turning them from a homemade delicacy into a product that could be mass-produced for millions to enjoy daily. Today, factories across the U.S. churn out millions of hamburgers a day, using cutting-edge technology to ensure consistency, flavor, and speed. The ingredients, farm to factory. Now, let's break down the core of any good burger, the ingredients. It all starts with the beef, which usually comes from farms across the country. These farms raise cattle specifically for food processing, and the process of transforming this raw beef into a factory-made hamburger begins here. Once the cattle are processed, the beef is transported to food processing factories, where it's inspected for quality by the USDA. Only the highest quality beef makes it through, as these factories are required to meet strict standards to ensure that the final product is safe and delicious. Inside the factory, the beef is cut into manageable portions, and the trimming process begins. This is where excess fat and bone are removed, leaving only the lean meat that will be ground down into the perfect hamburger patty. To give the burgers their signature flavor, seasoning like salt, pepper, and other spices are mixed into the meat using massive food processing machines that can handle thousands of pounds of beef at a time. Grinding and shaping the patties. After the beef is seasoned, the next step is grinding. Large grinding machines transform the seasoned beef into a fine mixture, perfect for forming hamburger patties. Unlike your home kitchen, where you might use a small meat grinder, factory food processing machines are designed to grind hundreds of pounds of meat every minute. These machines ensure that every batch of ground beef is consistent in texture and flavor. Once the meat is finely ground, it's time to form the patties. The ground beef moves down a conveyor belt and into a patty-forming machine. This incredible piece of machinery automatically divides the ground beef into perfectly sized portions and presses them into uniform, circular patties. Each patty weighs exactly the same, typically around 4 to 6 ounces, ensuring that the cooking process will be consistent across the board. It's a well-oiled system, literally. These machines are designed to function efficiently, producing hundreds of burger patties every minute, and because of their speed and precision, the hamburgers you eat from fast food chains or buy at the grocery store will always be the same, every single time. Now that the patties are formed, it's time for what many consider the best part, the cooking. But how do factories cook thousands of burgers so quickly without sacrificing flavor or juiciness? The answer lies in the sophisticated grilling equipment used in food factories. The patties travel through what's called a grill zone, a large conveyor belt with industrial-sized grills underneath. These grills mimic the backyard grilling experience, but on a much larger scale. The patties are seared on high heat to lock in the juices, giving them that delicious, crispy outer layer that burger lovers crave. To ensure even cooking, the patties pass through different process zones. These are stages where the cooking temperature is controlled, ensuring the meat cooks thoroughly while still retaining its moisture. As the patties sizzle away, a steam system may be employed to help keep the burgers juicy. In some factories, A secondary cooking process takes place where the patties are lightly steamed to ensure that every bite is moist and flavorful. Cooling and packaging the patties. Once the patties are fully cooked, they need to cool down quickly to maintain freshness and prevent bacterial growth. In the cooling zone, conveyor belts carry the patties through a temperature-controlled area where they cool rapidly but evenly. It's a crucial step. Too fast, and the burgers dry out. Too slow, and they could spoil. Next comes the packaging process. Using advanced food processing technology, each patty is placed into airtight packaging to preserve its freshness. This ensures that the burger you eventually eat will taste just as good as the moment it came off the grill. Modern packaging machines are a marvel of efficiency, capable of sealing hundreds of patties per minute. And let's not forget labeling. Each package is labeled with the necessary nutritional information, the date it was packaged, and a lot number for tracking. These steps are essential to maintaining food safety standards, ensuring that consumers can trust the product they're purchasing. The buns. From dough to oven. A burger isn't complete without the bun, right? After all, it's what holds everything together. In hamburger factories, bun making is a whole process in itself. It starts with the dough, which is prepared in massive mixing machines capable of handling hundreds of pounds of ingredients at once. The dough is mixed with yeast, flour, sugar, and water to form the perfect burger bun base. Once the dough is mixed, it's portioned into individual bun shapes by, you guessed it, another food processing machine. These dough portions are placed on large baking sheets and sent down the line into enormous ovens that bake thousands of buns in a single batch. Each bun is baked to golden perfection, ensuring it's fluffy on the inside but sturdy enough to hold that juicy patty without falling apart. After baking, the buns go through a quick cooling process similar to the patties before they're packaged and sent off to meet their beefy counterparts. Assembly, putting it all together. Now comes the fun part, putting the entire hamburger together. This step is all about automation. The patties and buns are brought together on an assembly line, where machines carefully place the patties onto the buns. If the burger is being made for a fast food chain, machines will also add toppings like lettuce, tomato, and cheese. Condiments like ketchup and mustard are applied using precision nozzles, ensuring just the right amount of sauce goes on each burger. The finished burgers are then wrapped or boxed, ready for distribution. This highly efficient assembly process allows factories to produce thousands of hamburgers in a short amount of time, all while maintaining consistency and quality. Final packaging and distribution. With the hamburgers assembled and ready, they're packaged for distribution. Large packaging machines place the burgers in boxes or wrappers, which are then sealed to keep them fresh during transport. Factories often use special packaging designed to keep the burgers warm, especially if they're being delivered directly to fast food restaurants. From there, the burgers are loaded onto refrigerated trucks and distributed across the country. Whether they're heading to fast food chains, grocery stores, or even school cafeterias, these burgers are kept at the perfect temperature to ensure they're fresh and ready to enjoy by the time they reach the consumer. So, there you have it. From farm to factory, we've taken a deep dive into how hamburgers are made, revealing the incredible technology and machines that make it possible to produce millions of hamburgers every day. From the grinding of the beef to the perfect baking of the buns, this process is a well-oiled machine, just like the burgers themselves. If you're loving these behind-the-scenes looks at how your favorite foods are made, Don't forget to subscribe for more. Drop us a comment about what food you'd like to see next. Innovations in hamburger production. Now, let's talk a little about some of the innovations happening in the world of hamburger production. As more consumers become interested in health and sustainability, factories are evolving to meet those demands. For instance, AI and automation are now being used to improve quality control and reduce food waste in factories. These advanced systems monitor everything from ingredient quality to the exact temperature of the grills. And let's not forget about the rise of plant-based burgers, which are becoming more popular in the market. Factories are adapting their processes to produce alternatives like veggie burgers, using the same high-tech machinery to ensure they taste just as good as the real thing. Thanks for joining us on this burger-filled journey. If you enjoyed seeing how hamburgers are made, be sure to give this video a like, drop a comment with your thoughts, and don't forget to subscribe for more amazing Food Factory content. We'll catch you in the next one.